Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Just gentlemen, hopefully. Daddies only. Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of the Bad Dadvice podcast. We are here. It is Saturday morning. You guys are going to see this probably after, but tomorrow is Super Bowl Sunday, gentlemen. What are we thinking? Everybody excited? We got Chiefs, Niners, Mahomes, Purdy,
Taylor Swift.
What's the over-under for Taylor Swift appearances?
I don't know, but I did.
Gotta be 13,
I did
right?
see a prop bet in Vegas that said it's like plus 100,000 odds or something like that aliens invade Las Vegas and the game ends in a tie.
Like illegal immigrants, like political issue?
That's what I was thinking, but it has pictures of actual aliens, so I don't know.
Oh, okay.
I
mean, if they didn't specify, I think you win regardless.
Interesting.
You just have to hope the game's not like 7-3 or something like that.
Yeah. Right.
It's got to be tied.
Wow.
I would assume if the game ends in a tie, it'll get paid out no matter what, right? I mean, how else would the game end in a tie? It's the Super Bowl.
Aliens.
Yeah.
That's the only way it could end in a tie.
Right.
Or it could be 7-3 and they just give them.
I think the game's gonna go. I think the game's gonna go double overtime.
Wow.
That script came out, right?
It's a bold
That
statement.
was the script. I read the script. Double overtime.
Did it say who was winning?
Well, it's tied when it goes to double overtime.
No. Did it say who's gonna win? You idiots.
Oh no, it didn't say that. But how do you bet against Mahomes?
I mean, you bet on McCaffrey.
I mean, it's like the face, the face of the NFL versus Mr. Irrelevant.
I tell you what, I'm so sick of the Kelsey, Swift, Mahomes, all that stuff, but I hate the 49ers so much that I hope Mahomes just puts up 100 on them.
I think you're just salty because the Lions blew a 17-point lead and pissed it away.
I
Yes.
hope Mahomes puts 100 on them.
I hope they have one scoreless quarter.
Hey,
Nice.
Same.
Nice. Degenerates.
So so we got a fun episode today. We'll talk some different things. I don't even remember what we're talking about, but it'll be fun. I guarantee it. So for those who
Fun
don't,
for us at least.
For those who don't listen to the podcast regularly, maybe we should give a little update about who we are and why we just went right into Super Bowl talk. Should we let everybody know, or should we just assume that everybody's watching is like a diehard?
should we use our new intro?
No, I hope that if you decided to start watching this podcast, this isn't the first episode you watched. And
Okay, so if this is your first time watching, turn it off right now. Thanks for tuning in, and come
watch
back.
watch
You're
a
really selling us, Abs.
Or watch another. We have 100+ subscribers, people. This thing's legit.
I mean, I think we have hundreds of thousands of views. I think is that safe to say we have hundreds of thousands of views.
I think we're
100%.
We've crossed we've crossed 200.
No, we're
Across all platforms.
probably, yeah.
That's pretty good.
Honestly.
Yeah,
But
I'm going to start telling people we have hundreds of thousands of views because that's not a lie.
We have merch. That's all you got to say.
We have merch. I'm wearing the merch. Buy the merch. Buy it now.
Go buy it.
Stop watching. Turn it off, and go buy it.
Do we have a thing on there that pulls up the website on the video as he's saying that?
No,
that's not
that might be a good thing to add, but
Link maybe in the description.
Because we used
Link
to have
maybe?
when we had physical education as a sponsor. I know we always had the physical education logo at the bottom, but now that we don't have a sponsor yet,
Could be you.
could we just put the merch store?
yeah, we could do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So-
All right, check it
Something
out.
to
Link in
work on.
bio.
So
Link in description.
So we'll say what Trey was getting at. We've got Abs and Trey on the other couch. Myself, I'm Jaime, Jameson, whatever, and we got Robo over here for first time. Yep, there we go. And
Nice.
yeah. So now that we got that out of the way, I got a new intro, and I'm so excited to use it. And we're gonna do it. We'll do it.
So, anybody got any updates?
Yeah, I've got an update.
Oh boy, do I have an update for you.
Somebody give me a mother flipping update.
Yeah, I'm super proud.
Is
of
that baby? Was that
Is that actually your baby?
That
crying?
was actually my
I
baby
thought
crying.
it was.
That's why when I said it, I sounded so nervous because I hit record and set the phone down because she started crying, and I stopped it 10 minutes later. I actually had to cut that clip, and I was like, "Dude, this actually sounds kind of good, Himes."
Yeah,
That cry that could be a sound bite.
Like a sound bite, yeah.
Cry that's a legitimate perfect cry.
Yeah.
It's not like overly embellished. It's not like I'm in danger.
Not
It's
a
like
tan-
a perfect
it's not a
like,
tantrum. Like it's
Yeah.
just a.
She was just like, "Hey, somebody pay attention."
it's like
to me.
almost even it's like almost a yawn. It's like kind of like
It sounds fake. It sounds like it was
I thought he
staged.
added it in. I
No,
thought he put it
no,
in.
that is actually one of my girls crying.
Not
And then-
a
pretty good.
paid actor.
And then you kind of sound like you're very like nervous.
I
Why are you
was.
so nervous?
I was also when I sent that because
Like it almost sounds like you're like being held hostage and like this is your one phone call to like ask for help.
It was time to put the baby
no,
down
Jaime,
for bed.
Jaime was very excited about this, and he must have texted me 5 times that day of like, dude, I need your clip. Send me the clip. I got everybody's clip. I need your clip. I'm like, okay, and I kept forgetting to do it. I kept not doing it, and then finally he texted me again, and I'm like, all right, fuck it, I'll do it. But it was a very inconvenient time. I was in the process of bedtime, right? So I'm feeding my kid
A beer?
not a Mick Ultra. I'm feeding my child a bottle,
Go to sleep.
a bottle of milk, and trying to record this while also not trying to be too loud to kind of.
Okay, that came off very hostagey, but we'll listen.
I was being held hostage by my infant
sounds
daughter.
very
Yes.
hostage. And then mine, I sent him like 10 different versions of me saying it, and I was like, just pick whatever one.
Pick whichever one you like.
whatever one you want.
I mean, you had to know it was going to be the last one.
I honestly, I didn't. And it was like I'm Ron Burgundy. It was like all different. It was like all different types of clips. But yeah, so that'll be our new intro for our most popular and regular segment where we basically just give updates on our kids, on the happenings of our lives as dads with young toddlers and toddlers to be.
yeah. So who's up?
Before we go into it, let's play that one more time with everybody now knowing.
Now
what
they
it
have
is.
context.
Yeah.
All right.
So, anybody got any updates?
Yeah, I've got an update.
Oh boy, do I have an update for you.
Somebody give me a mother flippin' update.
I think that sounds good. You
Good
did a
to see
good
that
job.
hostage situation
I like
resolve
it.
itself.
You did a good job. You did
Yeah,
a
good job.
with
Good
that.
job, Himes. All right, let's go and let's get some updates. Who's going first?
Abs, lead us off.
Go ahead, bud.
All right. Well, we are 1 week away from Kennedy's first birthday. I would assume this episode will air prior to that, but her birthday is February 18th. Party on the 17th. Any daddies out there, just show up. Whatever. If you know where I live, show up.
Show up.
I'm not gonna tell you where I live, but if you figure it out, you're more than welcome to show up.
Beers on him.
Yeah, I'm actually going through. I just went on the like Publix catering, and I'm trying to order food and stuff. My fear, I'm a little nervous because I've got a big family and a big friend group that all has kids and stuff. So I think
Like
I'm
not a lot of family members, just a large, like they're large people.
no. Well, actually, you know what's crazy is I have a large family of large people. That's a double whammy.
Yeah.
That's a double whammy. But I've got a large family. Jane's got a lot of family too. That see how I had to reword it so long. I don't want anybody.
She
to
has
think,
a lot of family.
yeah, I don't want.
She has
I don't,
quite a few.
I don't want
families.
this to go back and like Janie's mom thinks I'm calling her big.
You know,
It's not.
she's got
I'm
a
not.
spattering of family.
Janie's.
They run Ironman competitions.
Janie's-
Like,
Yeah, that's not the large family.
it's like
Janie's-
such polar opposites.
Janie's mom and dad are both Ironman finishers. Janie's dad has done quite a few. It's pretty impressive. But yeah, so we're expecting a lot of people at our house. So I'm really, really praying for good weather because I think we're expecting like with like adults and children and like babies and stuff, like 40 plus people
Oh, that's not that bad.
at my house, which is why I texted you this morning to get the cornhole boards because I'm hoping like if I put some cornhole boards outside, maybe it will encourage a few people to go stand out in the yard or something because 40 in my house would be pretty tight if I couldn't use the outside at all. So, but yeah, we're getting the catering stuff figured out, getting all that ready. We're excited. I can't believe, they always say like, oh, it goes by so fast. And it's like, it's crazy to think that 1 year, like I've already had this kid for 1 year.
Well, like we started the podcast and she was a couple months old, right?
4 or 5 months.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
crazy.
it's crazy. Crazy that I've had a child for a year. Crazy that this podcast is still around.
I was literally just
8
thinking
months
that.
later.
Can't believe it. Can't believe it.
Four idiots that thought we might get through 4 episodes and we're what 25 in now. I mean, it's
Something
crazy.
like that. I don't know.
So now I think the goal we got to make it to 100. Now we have
Yeah.
to make it to 100.
100.
Have to.
There you go.
We have to.
Yeah.
So
All right.
yeah, that's
so
pretty much
not,
all
it's
that's going on
not,
for
It's
me.
not Kennedy Space Center theme, which is kind of a bummer. What
no,
was the
I think
theme
that'll
again?
be
Yeah. What's the thing?
the theme is Kennedy's berry first birthday. It's strawberry themed.
So it's very generic.
It's berry basic. Yeah. No, it'll be cool. We're excited. It'll be fun. The Kennedy Space Center, that's definitely going to be. That might be like a friend birthday trip where I'm not going to.
Should I show up like dressed like Barry Manilow and be like, I thought it was just like dressed like a berry.
Everybody
I thought that was-
show
I'm
up.
gonna dress up like an astronaut.
like just
I
like
call I call Barry Sanders.
I
All
come-
right,
I
so
come
we
as
got
dre-
Barry Manilow, Barry Sanders, Barry Bonds,
Yeah.
and I'll be
Wait, pre or post steroids?
Definitely post.
All right, perfect.
And I'll be Barry Belafonte.
I don't know who that is.
He's a singer.
Oh.
I think
Karaoke.
So two si- so two-
99
Two
karaoke.
singers
Yeah.
and two athletes.
Right.
Is that all the berries we can think of?
Barry Manilow, Barry Sanders, Barry Bonds.
That's it.
Barry
I got nothing.
Barry McCockiner.
Who's that? Is that like
Football
a,
coach.
Yeah, it's a football coach.
Nice.
Any other? Any
I really
other-
can't. Can we think of another Barry? Hey, if you guys, this is really crazy. There's definitely more than 4 people on the planet
Named Barry.
named Barry, but I can't really think of any. So, hey, leave in the comments if you like any famous Barrys that we're missing out. Let me know. You know what keeps going into my mind? Barry the Jet Rodriguez, but his name's definitely
Benny.
Benny.
It's Benny.
I know, but like,
Yeah.
I keep going like Barry. Oh yeah, Barry the Jet. I'm like, no, that's Benny. Yeah,
Yeah,
Benny
I
and the
can't,
Jet.
I can't think of any other berries. What's that? Halle Berry.
Halle Berry. Yeah.
Does that count?
Sure.
All right, cool. All right, let's go. Let's go twinsies over there. How's Blake Lively doing?
They're good, man. They're both getting big. Thinking about like how you were saying how long this podcast has been. So like when we started, Emily was only like maybe 6 months pregnant, and our girls turned 4 months old in like a week and a half.
Yeah.
So it's like,
It flies.
yeah, it's been going fast for sure. We finally have them a little bit regimented with sleep. They're starting to sleep a little better, and they're starting to get to that 4 month stage where we know there's going to be a sleep regression. So it's like,
Yeah.
just as we're starting to get everything figured out, it's going to go right back to probably screaming in the middle of the night.
Are they sleeping in their own rooms? You sleep.
Right now, yeah, they're still sleeping separate.
You sleep in the room with them or no?
No,
Oh, that's good.
no.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That was when we found like I said, like
Wait, say that again. So they're in the same. They're
they're
in
in
different,
they're in separate rooms right now because one of them has to have that
but
snooze.
not in your room.
But they're not in our room now.
Oh, wow,
they're in
okay.
their own room because one of them. So like we started with them both in our room when we were sleeping, and the one that has like acid reflux, she like grunts really loud when it gets like uncomfortable and she's like about to spit up,
and it would wake you up.
and it would wake me up
And you'd
every
get
time.
pissed.
No, I thought she was like dying, like not realizing. So pediatrician told me that babies don't even breathe out of their mouth, so like they can't choke on spit up for the first like 3 or 4 months.
Yeah.
So you were concerned.
I thought she was like choking, like dying.
Wait. So you were concerned that she was dying. So
Every
the,
time she
so
made
the
a noise.
so the idea was, let's put her in a different room.
Put her in a different room.
Yeah. That's
If
smart.
you're gonna die,
After they told us that she can't choke on it, it was like, okay, let's put her in a separate room so that we don't wake up every time she
Yeah.
makes a noise.
I will say when I
we'll
put
put her in the attic and just make sure she's really far away.
Yeah.
That's what I was saying. You want them to be warm, right? So
Keep
yeah.
them cozy.
When-
Yeah.
Keep 'em cozy.
when we put Kennedy in her own room, that's when she started sleeping the best. So I encourage people. I mean, I know some,
because she didn't have to listen to your sleep apnea.
I think that's what it, I mean. I honestly think that's what it was. Like the dog and me and whatever, and Kenny, like you rolling around, whatever. But I recommend people to put their baby in their own room like as soon as possible,
Yeah.
because I think it's just get them into that routine. Because I know people who are, have 2-3 year olds that still sleep in the room with mom and dad, and I think it's just a habit that never got broken, and
Yeah, no, they definitely both sleep in, like, don't sleep in our room, but they sleep in separate rooms right now, which eventually we want to put them in the same room. But the one that does sleep 10 to 12 hours through the night is a very light sleeper. Like, the littlest bit of noise will wake her up if it's outside of, like, the white noise machine. So, like, any kind of, like, if you open
Yeah.
a door or shut a door too
Yeah.
loud, it wakes her up instantly. So it's like, okay, I don't want to put the one that makes a lot of noise in the room with her. I want her to still get sleep. So like we have them in separate rooms, which everybody says like with twins, like you should keep them in the same room because they can like calm each other down if they start like fussing, which I have yet to see that happen. Like even in like the living room playing, like one starts screaming, the other one
We
starts
talked about this before. You're like, oh, well, they'll just get on the same sleep schedule. And I'm like, yeah, when they're 3.
Yeah, like it's so tough trying to keep both of them on the same schedule. But today, for the first time, my wife took both of them. They went over to a UNF beach volleyball scrimmage today.
Wow.
Dude.
Oh, so that's why you're
super,
here.
Yeah, 100%. Good. Super pumped that she even like brought up the idea because like if you'd have asked her a week or two ago,
The fuck was that?
I coughed. I had a cough. I didn't want to. So I tried to like get out of. I tried to get out of the microphone. I didn't
freaking
want to.
kidding me? I'm giving an update, dude.
I'm sorry, dude. You
Yeah,
want to go? You want me to cough into the microphone?
But yeah, if you'd have asked her like a week or two ago, she never would have said like, "Yeah, I'll give it a shot." But like we went to a couple birthday parties last weekend, and she realized that like taking them out of the house isn't as bad as you think it would be.
It's just as hard on the road as it is at home, as long as you have the stuff with you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So she's getting a lot more comfortable, which I'm super super pumped about, and it's making me a lot more comfortable doing things. So yeah, we'll
Nice.
see.
I see. So when are you going to take him and load him up in a golf cart and go play around?
Probably in the next couple of months.
I'm excited for
Love
that. You know, they have a little attachment for that could almost like turn the stroller into a little push cart, and it can like you hold a couple golf clubs. So I've thought about going out to like the par 3 course across the street or something, and just giving Janie an hour and a half or so, and going smacking it around a little bit, and I'll probably have somebody witness my first hole in one.
Nice.
So when that
She'll
can't
never
ever-
admit it.
No
She'll
shot,
never admit
no
it.
shot.
Yeah.
Well, I got a few
ahead.
updates. Well, my biggest one is yesterday. First of all, by the time that this comes out, I might be a dad. I mean, Tiff is close to 37 weeks, and she's starting to freak herself out because she is starting to get a lot of the Braxton Hicks type stuff like at work, and yeah, it's just like it's right under the rib cage and it's all the way around. It was like being the first time. She's like, I don't know. It's like I know what it is, but it also kind of feels like something's wrong at the same time. So it's like, yeah, I don't know. She's doing good though. She's still working somehow. I mean, she got a belly on her now with that big baby. But they said at her last ultrasound that he's on pace for 7 pounds 13 ounces. So
Nice.
pretty middle of the road, but good size.
Nice.
So when we started the podcast, where you were pregnant, or
Well, yeah, obviously.
They were, but he hadn't announced it yet.
So like we announced it, and was that the first episode we announced it, or did you
think it
wait?
was-
A
Yeah,
couple
I
episodes?
I think it was like the
technically
second
when we
or third.
filmed our first episode, I announced it before I had told anybody because we did a few before we started releasing them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think she was like 14 weeks, maybe like
Yeah.
12, like really, really early.
Really early.
Probably pretty stupid to make a podcast about being dad that early in a
Hey man.
pregnancy. But it
Speaking
worked
into
out.
existence.
Worked out.
Speaking into
Yeah.
existence.
Is your hospital bag packed?
Yes.
Better be.
Yeah.
If
So,
you've learned anything, it
yeah.
better be.
No, so I
Any obscure items that aren't regularly scheduled programming? Anything we haven't talked about in the past that you added in there?
yeah, peanut butter pretzels.
Those are so good.
Well, yeah, snacks.
Yeah.
I mean, snacks are snacks.
Yeah,
Snacks.
dude, that's where
Those are so
that's where
good.
I really messed up. I didn't bring snacks with me.
Hella snacks.
Dude, I brought so. I mean,
Looks
I
like,
brought
looks
enough.
like you survived.
I know. I had to keep leaving to go get food. It was like
I brought enough snacks to. I had snacks for every room in that hospital. I could have fed.
Yeah.
I could have opened my own concession
I
stand
also
in my room.
I also am in control of entertainment. So
I just imagine Abs going to like his neighbor like next door, and he like walks in, he cracks open a beer, he goes, "Ah, what the heck's going on over here?
What's up, neighbor?
You guys were keeping me up last night. You get a little rowdy over here. You want a brewski?" He throws one to the dad.
I would do that.
yeah,
like a bag of chips. Hey man, you want some?
hey, I got a George Foreman in the room next door.
Mom, you're looking rough. You get a little sleep. Get a little sleep.
Yeah, I'm also in charge of entertainment, so I got like the Switch in there.
Okay.
I thought you were gonna say like sock puppets. I made a bunch of sock puppets. I'm gonna put on a little puppet show for Tiff.
What was the big one? The Harry Potter, Dumbledore. Remember the thing, the pan puppet thing?
I don't know what you're talking
Oh,
about.
you got
Is this a
you
YouTube-
know what I'm talking
Did a
about.
YouTube video? What is this?
Yeah, it's like
Oh,
it's
no,
it's
no.
like sock puppet Harry Potter.
At Universal, they do like the Dementor show with puppets.
And the little frog singers.
They do the frog singers. Yeah, they do those too.
But yeah. Anyways, I actually have a funny one. So me and Tiff are on the same bank account and everything. So she used to use her mom's Amazon account to buy stuff, but she had put my card on there to start, using our stuff. And I guess at some point,
So you guys bought your own stroller?
I don't know.
Shit.
That's a good question.
That explains everything.
Anyways, but I guess at some point the card got like switched to the default. So I've been getting on Tiff's ass about like, wow, you're buying so much baby stuff. And then we just got a text from Tiff's mom yesterday. She's like, I'm pretty sure I've been buying stuff on your credit card for the last like 3 weeks. So I was like, oh, good. So she went back and looked at all the stuff, and she just Venmo'd me like $1,000.
So she spent $1,000 on baby stuff.
No, on like
So-
like house renovation stuff.
so you thought that Tiff was buying baby stuff on your card.
Yeah,
And it was really her mom just buying like Tide Pods.
yeah, and like
Yeah.
That's
house
great.
renovation stuff. I was like, oh my god, having a baby is so much cheaper than I thought it was. So that was great. It's
That's
like
good. That's
getting
good.
a bonus. But yeah, that's a lot of the
So
stuff.
you have a Switch and pretzels. Are you going to a sleepover with your middle school friends, or are you going to have a baby?
Sounds like you're going on a field trip. Like
going
you're about to go.
you're going on a field
You're about to
trip?
go on a 4-hour bus ride. Do
What hospital are you going to?
St. Vincent's out in Clay County.
you get a
way out
discount as an employee?
No, but
You get any perks as an employee?
yeah, I have access to the doctor's lounge, so
free-
I don't really have to worry about food, but I'm bringing it anyways.
Free fentanyl.
What is this doctor's lounge?
You wouldn't know. You're not a doctor.
Tell me more.
They all put on like suede coats and they smoke cigars and there's like leather couches.
Yeah, yeah. It's a real
Glass of
Illuminati type shit.
Huh.
You pull a book and like the wall turns around.
Yeah, exactly.
I want that in my house so bad. I want that.
Where would you put it in your house?
No. I gotta
You
get
just
it.
said you couldn't hold 30
I
people
gotta
in your
get it.
house.
Like,
Right, because there's no bookshelf that it opens up.
Half his house is a secret room.
All right, but
His house is fucking small, dude.
I think the funniest thing about that story is that Jaime thinks he's actually gonna like leave to go to the doctor's lounge to like sleep.
no, I'm
No,
gonna
not to sleep, to get food. To get food.
Oh,
Food.
you said sleep.
What's the
Everything
food?
is
Yeah, I don't
about
know.
food.
What's the
Yeah.
food
I
like
said,
in the?
I
in
told him the
doctor's
other day. I
lounge?
was like, man, it's
Normal
really
shit.
tough to sleep. And he goes, I got the doctor's lounge. I'll be all right.
Oh, sneaky.
Dude, just have them take your baby to the nursery. It's the best. Anytime.
What is that hat you're wearing? What is that?
I don't even know what. Oh, it's Chase Rice hat.
But it's a Marlboro.
Marlboro Red logo.
Yeah, it's a
I didn't
country
even
concert.
I didn't even realize that. Like when you walked in, I knew you were wearing a Chase Rice hat, but I didn't realize that it was a like a pack of Marlboro Reds. With
So
the
you're wearing a Burt Kreischer. He's got a shirtless finger in the air and a Chase Rice Marlboro Red hat.
and
Yeah,
New York Yankee sweatpants.
Yeah, I'm ready to be a dad.
Party dad.
Party dad.
Oh, these New York sweatpants are from Joe Wilbruda, my buddy. He
out,
works.
Joe.
He works for the Yankees, and he hooked me up with some. I don't like the Yankees, but these are some swaggy sweatpants. I gotta tell you that much.
They look like normal sweatpants to me.
They're
Just
comfy.
they just have a Yankees
Anyway,
logo.
so
on
we're like 30 minutes in. Trey, do you have any updates before we actually get to the core?
Yeah, no, just a real quick update. I saw my first Cybertruck.
I saw a bunch of them but they weren't driving. I saw them on a trailer. I saw like 5 of them.
Wow, that's cool.
Are they cool?
I saw. There was a
They
guy-
are. I think they're cool.
I was on St. John's Bluff and I saw he was driving the opposite way as me, and he had like 2 like dirt bikes in the back and like a little wrap of something on it, so it wasn't just like the default coloring. And I was like, yo, that actually kind of looks sick.
Does it
Yeah,
really?
I think they are.
Kind of like
You
a
know,
little.
you know what I've been seeing a
it,
lot
look,
of?
it looks cooler in person than on
like,
YouTube,
the
videos,
videos.
or whatever.
I've
I was
been
like,
seeing
yeah,
a
that's kinda
lot of
sick.
the Hummer EVs around lately.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tiff's dad has one.
Does he?
Mm-hmm.
Dude, those things are pimp inside.
Yeah, it's sick.
I've been seeing a lot of those around, dude. Like
The Hummer.
Hummers are having a resurgence.
Yeah, I love a good Hummer. All right, let's move on.
All right, yeah. So, the core of this episode. Good update.
That's it. Oh,
They are cool.
and my and my son can walk. No, I'm just kidding.
I actually right before we came up here, I watched Ivy flip off his little walking truck thing and smash his head on the ground. It was
Yeah. So
it looked pretty bad.
So he's now walking and like run wants to run. So he's like running and like whatever, but still very uncoordinated and doesn't know his limits. So like there's a little toy cart that you like sit on and use your legs to like pedal.
Mm-hmm.
He wants to stand on it like a surfboard.
Mm-hmm.
And
He's
you're
like
like,
a
dude,
fucking tightrope walker.
you don't even know how dangerous that is. And so now it's like he's gonna learn.
Yeah, he flipped off
and
it.
that's that's a parenting choice. You got to let him fall. But he fell off of it and
He
smashed his little forehead on the ground.
He didn't like Tua himself, did he?
I will say
just a nice big bump on his head, and he put some ice on it.
I will
give
say
him an
this.
animal cracker and say, slap him on the ass, like, get back out there.
Rub some dirt on it, kid.
He's fine. He's
I'm
fine.
pretty sure that's what they did with Tua too. Here's an animal cracker. Get back out there.
Megan was the one sitting there when this happened. I like to imagine, had it been you sitting there, you'd have caught him. There's no way. There's no way it would have happened if you were sitting there.
If he was outside of my arm reach, I don't know if I'm quick enough to get there, but I probably would have caught him.
I don't think his dad.
I think you would've
I don't
caught
think
him.
his dad and stats would say that he would have caught him.
Well, because he doesn't sit on the floor.
Yeah, dude, that's so tough, dude. That's underrated how tough that is.
I agree.
I'm a big floor time guy.
I
You're a
agree.
big floor time guy.
I do all the floor time. Emily doesn't do anything.
Robo has all the tummy time,
Just
but
like-
it's himself.
Just lay there.
I have
lay
no.
on the ground.
You know what? Your neck has gotten stronger since these kids. You've been doing a lot more tummy time.
Yeah, dude. Your
little-
neck is
I know. I'm like all over
It's
the
true.
place
Your
here.
neck looks thick.
Yeah.
Man. You're getting strong.
The tummy time
Yeah.
crab. You've been watching that tummy
that's
time
why-
crab.
It's not because more food was going down my
not
gullet.
the- It's
Shrek's
not the,
like, your neck is looking fat. You're like, no, this is just a lot of tummy
A lot of
time.
tummy time.
it's not the
I'm like,
temptation omelets.
You don't get it.
You don't get it.
All right. So, we'll get into what the episode's actually about. We decided that we were going to talk about parenting styles today. Not that any of us have super long.
We're no my cord.
You're just having a nightmare.
You know,
today.
my
You
headphones.
got like 3 pillows.
Do you
got a
guys know?
blanket on. You got a
I'm
coat.
comfortable.
What are you doing?
Do you guys know that like since my headphones I can only hear out of the right ear, like so I have to like toggle with the wire if I want to hear in both ears.
Feel free to bring a new wire or a new headphone. Feel free to contribute anything. Feel free. Anytime.
Nah.
Anyways, so I'll start by going over. Did a little research. So, in the parenting style spectrum, most professional graphs, stuff like that, kind of put it into a quadrant system. So it's all based off of demanding or undemanding, and what they call warm versus cold. So the main 4 that they talk about are.
Do we have a graphic for this?
I didn't put it on here, but
Okay.
we can talk about it.
Well, theater of the mind.
Yeah.
He says he researched it. That means he Googled it like 10 minutes before we started.
Did you Google
That
it?
is correct.
No.
Okay, well then stop talking shit.
Yeah.
I'm-
So
I'm just here to go with the flow and drink
So
beer.
the 4 styles are categorized as authoritarian, authoritative.
What are you putting in bets right now? What the fuck are you doing?
Fact checker. Fact
No,
checker.
I was fact checking.
No,
them.
sorry. Fact checker.
Yeah.
Checking. So authoritarian, authoritative, permissive, and uninvolved are the 4 categories headers. So within those, there's different like the authoritative is typically the overbearing. They call it tiger parenting. So it would be the people that don't let their kids do a lot of things. It's all end game type parenting. Like you're going to sacrifice to be the best possible thing. The authoritative is like the Montessori school, which we can get into that. That's basically you give your kids the tools and then you just kind of set them there to just kind of do with them what they will. So a little bit less demanding, but you're still putting them in a spot. The permissive is kind of laissez-faire.
Sorry, Sorry. I fell
I'm
asleep.
just watching all these.
Whoa, I fell asleep. Sorry. What was that? Was it authoritative?
I'm just watching all these boats go by. While
I just got to get through this one part. This is the worst part of the whole episode.
Okay.
I thought, what was it? Okay. Go ahead.
And then uninvolved is, like you went to the store to get milk and never came back.
Jesus. Okay, so authoritative,
Authoritarian,
Those sound so similar.
permissive,
and uninvolved.
and uninvolved.
So do we have any ideas for what you think your parenting style is?
and then
gonna
what's the x-axis?
X would be warm versus cold, and
Okay.
Y would be demanding versus undemanding.
And what does warm
Got
and
it.
cold mean?
Being
So like, what's warm?
Like, I'm warm
What's
right now.
warm and undemanding? That's
that would be
Uninvolved.
permissive.
Uninvolved.
No,
Sorry, dude.
cold and undemanding is not involved.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
okay. So
sound
warm
comforting.
and undemanding is permissive.
Yeah.
And what is permissive?
Permissive is like laissez-faire, like whatever happens, like just kind of let them do their thing, and you're just like, oh, you're a good boy.
Is that
Here's
like
a
the parent-
participation medal.
well, who's the parent that like lets their kids smoke pot? Because I don't want to get to that level. But
That'd be permissive.
Yeah, see.
It could, or borderline
I
uninvolved.
mean,
borderline uninvolved. Okay.
Uninvolved would be more like fentanyl.
What?
What the fuck?
They do fentanyl?
You did all this research to come up with that? What are you talking
Okay,
about?
so
So like, let's put it like this. So authoritarian would be feeding your kid Adderall.
okay, let's do this by drug. What let's do this by drug. So authoritarian
What are we
is
doing?
take Adderall, do good, focus.
Yeah.
Then next
Authoritative
is
would be like, here's a cup of coffee.
here's a cup of coffee.
Go get it done.
But that's cold, right? I thought that's
No,
more cold.
That's
Authoritative
warm.
is
That's warm.
authoritative is warm. So
Yeah.
warm cup of coffee. Got it. Okay,
Yeah.
so warm coffee. And then
Permissive.
permissive.
That's weed.
Iced coffee?
weed, but that's warm. That's warm?
Yeah.
Okay, so weed, you smoke
Yeah,
it.
'cause you
it's
smoke
warm.
it, it's warm.
Got it. And then
And then heroin.
heroin.
what are we
Uninvolved.
talking about?
I'm so
Got
lost.
it. And what's the Z
I'm
axis?
so lost.
Why don't we
Jail time.
Why don't
Okay.
you just
Okay.
say how you parent your kids,
So what would
and then
you
let
guys say?
Jaime group it into a freaking thing?
Okay, now that we've defined the 4 quadrants, we're just going to say stuff and then ignore that entirely. We're just going to ignore everything you said.
Goodness,
And then you layer on top the Dr. Phil
the drug.
drug / quadrant that we fall into.
If we actually had an editing team, I might suggest clipping that 8 minutes out that just happened there. I don't know, with all the drugs and the coffees, and I don't even know I don't even understand what
It's
you
all right.
said.
You don't get it.
I don't get it.
Right. It's okay.
So-
Well, you'll get there. You'll get
But I would assume that
He's
a
a
lot
heroin
of
dad.
You're a heroin dad.
He's a heroin dad.
That's what I'm saying. What kind of dad are you?
I don't know. I will say this.
Like, how about this? Well, let's keep it base. Let's keep it basic math. If your kid is playing on a dirt pile and potentially could fall down, are you hovering? Are you drinking a beer off to the side? Are you 3 feet away? What are you doing when there's a kid that's playing on a dirt pile?
Depends what's
You know,
underneath them.
Dirt. I just said he's on a dirt pile.
Yeah, but what's underneath the dirt pile? Like, is it
What is
is it
underneath
just a
the
pile
dirt-
of dirt on a slab
Is
of
it an-
concrete?
What is this, a pile for ants?
Is it an ant pile of
The
dirt,
fuck are
or is
you-
it just a dirt pile of dirt?
This
Because
this episode is taking
It's
a really
it's a
fucking
pile
goofy
of
turn.
dirt on a cloud in the sky. It's a
Oh.
pile of dirt. What are you talking? It's dirt.
No,
It's
I
all
was-
dirt.
I will say so.
let 'em
I
play in the
try to like give Kennedy a lot of like independent time, right? Like I'll put her in her
Dirt pile.
play area.
Dirt pile.
Okay, I'll put her on the dirt pile and kind of let her explore it herself and kind of see what's going on. And she's actually really good at that. I will say the one thing that she can do is kind of entertain herself for, at times like upwards of an hour, which has been really great for us. So I kind of let her explore. Now, obviously, like I'm not putting her on this dirt pile and going and doing my own
That's
thing.
what I'm saying. If you put let's pretend your child is 1 year old.
Okay. I don't have to pretend.
Maybe 18 months, maybe slightly more. Let's
Okay, now
pretend.
I'm pretending.
Pretend your child is 18 months. They're playing on a dirt pile.
Okay, great.
What exactly are you doing?
What am I doing? I am probably standing somewhere, if I'm not playing with her, then I am probably standing off.
You could be playing with her though.
I might be playing with her.
All right, so you're in the dirt pile also.
Right, I might be. Or if
Drunk
I'm not,
in your underwear.
no. But I'm probably standing off, maybe 5-10 feet away, just kind of making sure that
Like far enough away for when she falls, you're not catching.
I probably couldn't
you're
catch her.
picking
I'm
her
there
up.
to pick her up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Same question.
I'd be about the same. I'd let them kind of do their own thing, but I'd be close enough that if something did happen, I'm not going to catch them.
Yeah.
I'll they're going to fall, and like it is what it is. I'll pick them up and rub some of the dirt pile on them.
Yeah, there you
Say,
go.
figure it out.
Rub her face in the dirt. You're good.
I'm in the same thing. I'm actually maybe even a little bit further away and maybe like just kind of sitting from a distance and being let's just make sure that he has independence.
Yeah.
I'm more focused on like independence than I am like getting dirty or hitting your knee or scraping your knee or like a rock or whatever.
So you would
Because
probably.
the reason I say dirt pile is because a dirt pile is not an immediate threat. It's not like it's an immediate threat.
Correct.
But you could scrape your knee on a rock or you could fall down. You could have a nice little tumble or something. But like I'm sitting off to the side and I'm like, let's let him go. And even if he falls, I still immediately don't want to just like run in there as soon as he falls and be like, all right, let's see. Like, is he
See if he
gonna
gets
get
up
yourself
and,
up
Yeah,
and-
Yeah.
gets up if he's you know if he can like soothe himself kind of thing and like calm himself down.
Yeah.
So what are we?
It's tough.
So what
it's
is
tough
that?
for
What
me
drug
to-
is that? What drug is that?
What drug is that?
Dr. Phil.
It sounds like everybody's kind of in that the coffee dad. You're kind of that authoritative. Yeah.
Good. Okay. Sounds like you really know your stuff. Good. Very
You're
nice.
so I talked about the Montessori school. Doesn't your kid go to something called the Montessori school?
Or it goes to Primrose.
Okay. Anyways, but yeah.
Did he go to like a Montessori school? He has a priest as a teacher. No,
Yeah.
none of that.
So here was the big thing that my big question about this. So in life, more often than not, it's good to be fluid with the way that you do things. Like you don't want to be hardcore in any situation because those people are usually dickheads. Any way you go about it, anybody that's hardcore anything, one side or the other that like looks down on the way people do things, like dickhead. Mm-hmm. In this situation, I feel like would it be a good question to be like, doesn't matter really which parenting style that you do, besides uninvolved. That kind of sucks. But you just kind of got to pick one and just be firmly in it. Because I feel like if you're just bouncing around between the ones, I don't think that your kid's really going to respect you and like do what you say because you don't have a stance.
But I think it also, so I think it changes over time a little bit too. Like you can go from one to another as long as that other is like, if like, because at the very beginning, I think I was a little more like, oh my God, like there's two of them here. Like I got to make sure I'm around them all the time, blah, blah, blah. And now I'm like, oh yeah, they'll just kind of figure it out.
Yeah.
So it's like you can go from like a little bit overbearing to being a lot more like, hey, yeah, they'll fall and scrape their knee. And as long as I'm there to check to make sure they're okay, I'm not going to go help them right away and see what's going on. But, you know, if they can dust themselves off, get back up and go do their thing, great. So like I think you can adjust, but I also don't think you know what kind of parent you'll be until the kid is here.
Yeah.
100%. Because like before my kids were here, I was like, oh yeah, I'll just we'll go do stuff. And like I was very much of the mindset of like, no, the kids are part of my life. Like I'm not going to adjust my life. They're going to just come and do things with me. Not fucking true.
Yeah, not true. So I agree that, you know, I agree that you should have consistency with your parenting style, but I also think like I'm probably going to do a lot of hopping between.
Yeah.
I'm gonna probably do a lot of hopping between because it's like there are certain things where I'm going to be like, you absolutely, I don't care. My foot is down. You're not doing
Heroin.
this.
You're not doing heroin. I don't care what you want.
I don't care what you want. I don't care how
You're not
good.
doing it.
I don't care how much I don't care how good that heroin smells. You're not tasting it. Okay. Isn't that how heroin works? I don't know how it works.
No, I don't care how good the cocaine smells.
But like, yeah, cocaine smells great. But like, I think there are certain things which, you know, I'm gonna have different perspectives on, and I'm gonna you know, change it. But I also think it's really tough because we all have kids that are under the age of, you know, 18 months. So we all have like not even toddlers yet. Like it's all kind of still babies and stuff. So you have to work into what that parenting style is. But I will say for me, I've been less like paranoid, obsessive, than I thought I was. I thought I was going to be more like hovering over the kid playing in the dirt pile. And what I've found is that I'm actually stepping back and going like, no, I think as much as I want to do that, I think it's actually better for my son if I don't do that.
Yeah,
If I let him be independent, I let him do
Yeah.
that stuff. So it's not that I don't want to be hovering right over top whatever. It's that I'm actively trying to like toe the middle ground of like too much and like nothing.
And that's where I'm saying, like, I think you're gonna evolve over time and like switch to a different category. Because like I said, when my kids first came out, and like Emily and I were both like, so, oh my gosh, like be careful when you're setting them down, and watch out for this and clearing everything out and blah blah blah. And now it's like, hey, yeah, like just set them down and change the diaper, and like they'll be okay, kind of thing. And like, not that we're just throwing them around like a rag doll, but like we're not like setting them down like we're setting them down on a pane of glass that might break if it's.
Let's go into scenario number 2. All right. Scenario number 2, your kid is at the dinner table and they're in their high chair, and and if they don't like their food in front of them, they take it and they throw it across the room.
Straight to jail. Straight to jail.
That's the hard part. That's a tough one, and because that's like when us at 30 plus years old do that, you're like, what the fuck is this guy's deal? But when a 1-year-old does it, it's very difficult not to laugh at that. And
I don't know. I would laugh if I just saw Abs just start a food fight with Janie at the
chucking
house.
mashed potatoes across the house.
It's just him and Janie across the table. He just picks up mashed potatoes and just.
I told you I don't want broccoli tonight.
And so what Janie and I are I wouldn't say we struggle with it, but what I don't know if we're doing a good job or not with this is that you're trying to train behaviors, but am I at 1 year old, like with my daughter being 1 year old, am I trying to train these behaviors too early, or am I doing something wrong with the big thing that we have is Kennedy will at times just like open hand smack one of us in the face, and not like I don't think it's out of anger, and I think it's playful. Like it's not like we took her toy and she smacked us in the face.
We're just like, cash me outside.
We're just
How
like
about that?
we're
Cash
just like
me outside.
we'll just be laying there playing or whatever, and then all of a sudden she'll just like smack one of us in the face. And so like we're trying to train this like, oh no, don't do that. You have to be gentle, blah 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 blah, all this stuff. And the person who got slapped in the face is doing that.
Just like relax.
And
Will.
the person
Person's
who didn't get slapped in the face is hysterically laughing because you just got slapped in the face by a baby.
Relax, Will Smith.
And so I don't know, right? Is me laughing because Janie got slapped in the face? Is it, one, does it make me a bad husband? Am I leading down the road to divorce? Two,
That's been a long time coming, dude.
two,
That's in the back of your mind.
am I training my daughter that, hey, when you
This
slap
is
somebody in
funny,
the
yeah.
face, it makes people smile because she knows a smile, right? Like they can pick up when you smile at a baby, they know. And so like when I'm laughing, does that baby, correlate? Hey, when I slap somebody in the face, it makes my dad happy.
I think she learned it from when Ivy slapped her in the face. Remember that?
I do remember that.
Yeah, you had him laying on the playpen.
That was when we had them playing, and Ivy could like stand up and move around a little bit, and Kennedy was like could barely crawl, and Ivy was just like.
So let's go back to the scenario, right? You throw food across the dinner table. What do you do?
I mean, I think I would, give her not give her the food that's on the floor back, but I don't know, but like that's the hard part. The hard part is like why did she throw the food? Did she throw the?
She
like,
just doesn't want to.
And that you don't know, like because is she's not hungry?
No.
Did
She puts it in her mouth.
She didn't
and then
like it.
She puts it in her mouth. She spits it out, and then she sees the rest of it on there, and she's like, I don't want any of this. Throw it.
I mean, I wouldn't make her something new. I don't think that.
See, that's a big one with me. That's how I grew up. I know that there's
I
some
don't know.
people.
That's tough.
I know there's some people that they would want something and their parents would make them something and then make the parents something different. My mom was always you're eating what we're eating.
That's what we
If
do, too.
you don't
Yeah.
eat it, you don't eat.
But that's like when you're 10 years
Yeah,
old.
it's like when
not
you're
when
10.
you're fucking 11 months old.
Well, I don't know. I don't remember.
Trust me, she's not making you eat a fucking pot roast when you're 11 months old. She's like, if the kid wants mac and cheese, you can have mac and cheese. Like, I guarantee she was letting you eat other stuff.
It's still
Or a
tough.
puree or something.
But here's something I just thought.
I think that's just like, but isn't that just like what babies do? Like,
throw food?
yeah, like,
Is it what they do?
yes.
Mine likes to feed
No,
the
mine
dog.
eats the food.
Mine thinks
And then
it's
as soon as it finds food he doesn't want,
Just like,
or when he's done eating, right, just like his dad. And then when he's done eating, he's like, I don't want any food in front of me. I just throw it. It's like when you're at a restaurant
I haven't
and like
had
you
that.
finish your plate of food and you're like, I want to take this plate and move it away from me because I'm now done, right?
Yeah.
So like you take it and like you like stack it on
put
somebody
it to
else's
the end of the
plate.
table so the lady
Right.
knows. to
Or like
go
you
get
stack it on somebody else's plate. Like he does that.
As you're just about to say, when you're at a restaurant and you're done eating, so you just chuck your plate across the place.
You demand that they
I'm
take
done.
it right now. So like you take it, but like everybody stacks their done plates, and like you
Yeah.
kind of push them in the middle, and then nobody has anything in front of them. That's like what he does. Like when Ivy's done eating, he takes his food and just chucks it, or he's like corn,
Like the whole plate or the food, the individual pieces of food.
I don't have no plate, so just the food.
Oh,
So
you
he'll
just put 'em.
pick up, and he's like not. It's I don't even know if it's like to feed the dog, which is like a whole nother thing. I think it's literally just like that shit is gross, dude. Get it out of here. I don't want it.
Yeah.
And it's like just ignore it. It's like you can't even have it in front of him. He's got. So for me, it's like take his hand, empty the thing out. I clean the thing off. I say no, you're not supposed to do that, and then I kind of like let it go. I don't make. I get new stuff if there's nothing else for him to eat, and I will give him other things to eat if he won't eat it. But I don't. I think there's like it's like a stern voice, and trying to just communicate the best you can, and then clearing all of that off because that's clearly what he wants. That's what he's trying to communicate is that he doesn't want the food. So let's not continue down that road of like forcing him to eat the food he doesn't want. It's like all right, maybe a little bit, but that's my approach. So a little bit of a stern voice. Ultimately, like if you want to call it caving in, it's like I'm not going to force him to eat that food, and then we go on with our day. So, but what I just want to hear maybe quick statement of what you would do in the situation, and then we'll get Dr. Phil to come in and tell us what.
Well, I actually had another question that I thought about. Do you think that it's more beneficial to have? Does it really matter what parenting style you are, or does it matter the consistency between the parents? Like, do you think that it is more beneficial to have two parents that have different parenting styles, or to be firm that you're both on the same page and your message is consistently through? Like, do you think it's better to have one that's a little bit different so they can have different situations, or be like, we're all on the same page, this is how it's going to be?
I think you got to be on the same page, and I think that's something that you got to talk about before you even have children, right? You like these are the discussions you have with your partner before you even have kids, because what not being on the same page turns into is, hey, Dad, can I do this? No. Okay, I'll just go ask Mom.
yeah.
Right? And then if Mom and Dad aren't on the same page, now kid plays Mom and Dad like puppets.
I think it's on the same page with outcome and expectation, but completely different parenting styles. Totally cool.
Yeah. I think no matter what, you're probably going to run into different parenting style. Like Emily's a little more like overbearing when the kids cry than I am. Like I'll let them cry it out and like figure it out themselves and try and calm themselves down a little more than she will. But I think we're both on the same page when it comes to a lot of the things that we do.
You just want to be in the same zone. You can be different,
Yeah,
but
you can have different-
somewhat. You don't want a heroin dad and an Adderall mom.
Yeah.
I don't really like that this keeps
Yeah, I
going
don't
back
like
to
the
drugs.
Yeah, I think what Trey said is like you can have different parenting styles and still both be on the same page.
Like we just talked about potty training, because I was at Target and there was a potty training tool, topper for your toilet where you can like start that process, and it said 18 plus month, and I started thinking, I'm like, holy shit, he's like 15 months. It's like I'm like right around the corner from like starting that process.
Yeah.
So I like brought it up to Megan. I was like, hey, we should probably like start thinking about like what our approach is to like how we're gonna do it. Are you gonna use positive reinforcement? Are you gonna force him to do it? What if he starts crying? How you gonna? So like I think we're gonna have a conversation about like what our like what approach are we going to take? But I think our personalities are different, which means that parenting style wise, it might be implemented, slightly softer, slightly nicer, slightly this, that, the other, because I'm obviously gonna be yelling and screaming like an asshole at him because I'm a man.
Just piss in the toilet. What the hell? Look at Dad. I do it. What the heck?
I said piss. Then I'll give you another animal cracker.
An M&M. I'll give you an M&M if you shit on the toilet.
Not on the toilet, in the toilet.
In the toilet.
You know what I mean.
Wait, you guys have been shitting in toilets this whole time?
Trey's kid's only gonna be leaving upper deckers.
I've been shitting on my toilet for years.
Well, he already sounds like he's a tightrope walker, so he just climbing on top of the toilet.
He might be.
All right, that's our style. Anything else?
Anything else there, Dr. Phil?
I don't know. Just weird episode.
Weird. They're all weird.
Yeah, it took a strange turn when we started talking about the drugs and stuff.
The drugs got weird.
Yeah, they got weird.
Yeah, I mean, you win some, you lose some.
We tried. So you want to give us our the takeaways from the episode for all the daddies out there that need
What do we got?
that have been taking notes this episode?
I don't even know.
You don't know the takeaways.
Shocker.
Okay, I'll give maybe the number one takeaway I have probably is the Cybertruck's cooler in person than it is on the
It is on YouTube.
That's probably number one.
And then parenting style doesn't really matter. Just do it.
I would say the only thing you should focus on being is not in
matters.
the quadrant of absentee father.
That's a pretty big
As
one.
long as you're in
Yeah,
any
I
other
think
quadrant, you're probably okay.
Yeah, I think if you're
be involved.
worried about your parenting style, you're already a good parent.
That's fair. That's fair.
Right, that is true. Like if you're
Yeah, like
if you're
if you're-
scared that you're gonna fuck it up,
So
Yeah.
insightful.
and then you're
I know.
already
Yeah,
like,
that's pretty good,
Yeah.
man.
that's good.
I mean, if
Fucking
you're
soccer
Man, look at that.
team.
We
I'm
just
proud of
Yeah.
you.
we just
dropping
wasted
knowledge on all you folks
Dude.
we just wasted 50 minutes of y'all's life for something you could have gotten in 10 seconds.
in one sentence.
So smart.
Hell yeah, man.
You got any other tips?
stuff.
Anything else? Any other wisdom?
You gotta be
bombs you
joking
wanna
my
drop?
ass.
You gotta be joking my ass. Don't do heroin.
Stay away.
That's two.
Stay off the heroin.
Good things
people.
come in three. So what's your third tip of the day?
Cocaine smells good.
Oh my god.
Visit the merch
We're
store.
gonna get canceled.
Merch link in the description. Thanks.
There's no cocaine in the merch store.
Thanks for yeah. If you buy the teddy bear, it's just a teddy bear. Thanks for stopping by, everybody. Have a great day.